Hi and welcome to another Choski review. My name is Josh Cho and today we're going to be reviewing a single malt in the Speyside region called Craigellachie. Craigellachie, sorry. Very common way of mispronouncing it, but I think it's Craigellachie, and this is a single malt whiskey that's got 46% on the ABV. It's a whiskey that is, well, I can't really tell you much other than what's on this bottle since I didn't do any research on this bottle. I haven't read any reviews on it, and I bought this specifically for that reason. It's not a whiskey that I've heard much about, and so I picked it up at the whiskey shop just because it seemed very foreign to me. I haven't tasted it yet, and so I'm going to give you my first impressions on it, and I think that's why I picked this bottle, something I never had. So this is probably got some E150 color to this bottle. It doesn't say it's natural color, and it doesn't say it's no chill filtration, so it's probably got some chill filtration on the bottle. That's something I really like, but it's 13 years, got an age statement, and I think I paid $50 for it. I saved the receipt in this tube. $49.99. With tax, $54.49. So not a bad deal for age statement of 13 years and for about $50. So it's 46% ABV. I can read a few things that'll give you some information about this whiskey. It talks about the type of copper still that they have. It's called a worm tub, and that's very specific to, I guess, Craigellachie. I just read this a moment ago. So it says a worm tub is a long copper tube sitting in a large tank of cold water, which snakes back and forth and gradually gets narrower. In 1891, many distilleries condensed their spirit this way, giving their whiskies a distinctive, meaty character. Craigellachie is one of very few still benefiting from this traditional technique. Okay, the other part of this tube says, in 1891, a whiskey expert noted that Craigellachie represented a style of whiskey seldom met with now, which we took as a compliment. Today we still use old-fashioned worm tubs to cool our spirit and bestow it with extra flavor, creating a dram to rival whiskies twice its age. Well, if that's the case, you know, this is 13 years. If it tastes like a 26-year-old, I'm going to be very happy, considering I purchased it for $50. I don't think I've ever had a 26-year-old whiskey. I think the oldest whiskey I've had was probably 21. So there you go. So 13 years. Nice color. Nice E150 color. Looks just kind of a standard kind of gold color for a whiskey. Yeah, and it's 46% ABV. I don't know, it looks like also kind of like a standard bottle in terms of its shape, but I do love this line art and graphic design and the logo of the name for the distillery and all the information on where it's distilled exactly. It says the River Fiddick and the River Spey, I guess, is where the region of Craigellachie exists, in the heart of Speyside. And it looks like it's got some line art of the distillery, like all the other Scotch labels do pretty much now. Everyone does it, you know. There's like a house, the estate, or the distillery, or some horse, you know, flock, you know, galloping in the meadows where the bourbon distillery exists or something. So there you go. That's Craigellachie. We're gonna get straight to the nose and try this out. Okay, so, you know, I kind of lied. I did hear about this. I just never went in depth with the reviews. I've known about the Craigellachie distillery for a while. I just never researched it further than just hearing about it. So I really don't know much about what this whiskey's like, other than it's you know, got an age statement still in 2017. And the standard is the 13-year-old. There's, I believe, a 17 as well. I actually have a independent baller, Hepburn's, I think maybe is what it's called, Hepburn's Choice, that I bought last year, a little over a year ago, in the winter of 2014 to 2015, or is it? No, sorry, 2015 to 2016. Sorry, and it's a great bottle. It's a Craigellachie that's been aged exclusively in a sherry barrel, and it's been aged for, well, let me just tell you exactly what it is since I have it right below me. 18 years, and it's Craigellachie distilled in 1995, and then bottled in 2014, and it's all in sherry butt, first fill, and it's a 54% cask strength. This is amazing, and I'm gonna definitely review this after I review Craigellachie13. So I've had, I guess, the Craigellachie. I just realized I just totally lied to you guys. But this is not from the straight from the distillery. It's from an independent bottler that bought that bought whiskey, the barrels from them, and then they just age stated it. They just age stated their bottles whenever they wanted to pull out the whiskey and decided to do it as a cask strength. So I guess I've had it. I'm gonna review that certainly after this one. But I never had the straight Craigellachie from the distillery, and this is the standard. So this is 13 years. I don't know if this is aged in sherry. It doesn't say anything about its influence in sherry anywhere on the bottle or on the tube. So I actually don't know about that. Maybe when I smell it, I'll be able to figure that out. I don't, just smelling it straight through the bottle, I didn't smell it, but right when I smell it in the Glencairn, I definitely smell sherry in it. So there's got to be some sort of finishing, maybe a year or two in sherry, maybe in the 12th or 13th year, or both. Nice smell, very sweet, buttery smell, kind of straightforward, and nothing too complex, but still very pleasant. Yeah, definitely. It's you get the sense that it's Speyside specific in terms of its profile. It's got a sweet smell. It's got a little hint of spice at the background. Very accessible for people that don't drink whiskey. They can probably start with this if they wanted to. It's a pleasant smell. Okay, off to the flavor. Wow. Wow, that's really good. I'm more impressed with the flavor than the smell. Wow, that's really good. So it's actually really sweet. Not intensely sherry sweet, but it's got a very kind of it's got a, I don't know, like it's got some dark sugars in there, brown sugars and light sugars, and it definitely has a sherry finish. You can taste the raisin that you get in a lot of sherry whiskeys, and it's kind of got there's like a biscuity note, there's like a pastry note in there, there's some walnuts, and there's some spices to it towards the end, like cinnamon and clove. The finish is really intense, actually. It's punchy. It hits you right when you swallow it. It doesn't kind of go in very subtly. It's a very intense finish. Like right when you swallow, you can feel the whiskey kind of go down, down through your chest, and it's a very long finish. I'm really impressed for a 13-year-old age statement. Like how the advertisement on this tube said, it's capable of making whiskeys taste like double its age. I don't know if I think it tastes like a 26-year-old. I don't know about that. There are plenty of 18-year-olds that are better than this one, but for a 13-year-old, wow, really good stuff. I'm amazed. I'm gonna get another taste on this, see what else I get. Oh wow, yeah, that's good. I got a little bit of the brighter fruits now with the dark fruits after my second taste. And again, that finish is fantastic. I mean, you know, I can still taste it and it's still going, and I'll probably keep going for another, 30 seconds. I'm going to pour a little bit of water in here. There's not much whiskey in here, so before I drown it out, or before I lose any more whiskey, I don't want to drown it out, so I'm going to pour a little bit right now. And the color of the whiskey, when I just looked at it, it kind of has like a light kind of yellow color. It's not at all a dark gold color. So it makes me believe that if there is any E150 or color added to this, it's probably pretty subtle, which is great. I mean, that's good. That's really good stuff. That's, at least they're not, dousing this stuff with fake coloring. So, yeah, really good stuff. I do get a sense that the punchiness is due to the oiliness of it. It looks pretty oily. It's clinging on pretty well in my glass. So maybe that's where that's coming from too. The oils that are, really drawn out of that barrel that they're using. Probably a mixture of bourbon, ex-bourbon casks, and I think probably 2 years maybe of sherry. I get a little bit of maybe 1 year to 2 years of sherry in here. I may be wrong though, and you guys that know about the maturation process, please leave your comments down below. We're really interested to find out. So with the water added, the sweetness kind of comes even more forward, and it's not as punchy. The finish is long, but there's not that kick. Alright, that's my review, and stay tuned because we're going to be looking at Craigellachie13 to continue off of our 13-year-old Craigellachie lineup, and this one's really special. Cask strength, sherry influence, definitely one of my favorite bottles that I purchased about a year ago. So looking forward to this, and thank you for watching. Please leave your comments below, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy these videos, and please let me know if you have a specific whiskey you'd like me to review. It's always interesting to hear what you guys have to say. Okay, till then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.